Welcome in, Bulls Nation, to CHGO Bulls Postgame, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download their app. Be sure to use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guys, Big Dave, BAWL, BAWL Sports, Will the GOAT, Will_Gottlieb. Our pal and producer, Joey Spath, is rocking the controls here at our West Loop Studios. Follow him at Joey Spathis. We are CHGO_Bulls. Bulls lose to the Brooklyn Nets 116-105 on trade deadline day.
Woo!
It's okay, guys.
Yeah.
That the Bulls didn't make any trades today.
Yeah.
Because as Arturis explained to us, some teams in the East got worse. Like the Brooklyn Nets, who don't have Kyrie and Kevin Durant anymore. So, the Bulls can still find some wiggle room to climb those Eastern Conference standings. Oh, wait. You lost to that team on the same day you said, it's okay, Brooklyn got worse, so we didn't make any trades.
Well, also, they didn't need the shooting.
No. Bulls didn't need to look to add any shooting today or before the deadline.
Right.
Because you did manage to go a scorching 5 for 26?
Oh, good.
5 for 26? Yeah. That's not even 20%. But it's fine.
That was
it's
really
fine.
Good in 1994.
Hey,
everything is totally.
That's too many threes in 1994.
Too many, yeah.
Man, fuck this team.
There it is. There's one.
I have had it up to here. Shout out Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, that, like you said, it was the just whammy of all
Stefani
whammies.
shout out we've had on this show.
You got all the whammies here today. All the things come and kick you in the face right there. You don't make a move at the deadline to get any shooting. You shoot 5 from 26. Then you go against a team that you said you've gotten better than because they've lost their two best players, and they completely whoop your ass.
Didn't even have all of their returning in trades. Bridges ain't out there. Cam Johnson ain't out there.
Nope.
First game for Dorian Finney-Smith and Dinwiddie.
Right.
And they are balling on our asses.
And they won by 11. They came first game for Dinwiddie, too.
They didn't have Seth Curry or Claxton tonight.
They did not. 25, 5, and 6 for Spencer Dinwiddie. And then the great Ben Simmons, 8 and 4. Ben Simmons had 8 points on you. That was 4 of 7 shooting. Even took a 3. He was feeling that good. He took a 3 out there.
It was at the buzzer 3.
Yeah, it was at the buzzer 3, but he took it.
You're playing with house money if you're Ben Simmons taking a half-court
Got that right. He's like, yeah, we're going to take that up, man. But, yeah, dude, the shooting, I just can't. I can't and I won't get over that. The three-point shooting is something I just will not get over. I'm not even mad at Vooch. You know what I mean? You went 1 of 6 from 3. Like, okay, who else is shooting them? You know what I mean? Zach, 2 of 6 from 3. Those were like in garbage time.
2 of 7.
Excuse me, 2 of 7. Those were like in garbage time.
Even better
when he did those threes. But Kobe White struggled again, 1 of 5 from 3. The fact that I have to depend on Derrick Jones Jr. to take a couple threes for me is more trash. And who else right here? DeRozan took a 3 because it was open and you just got to take it. Ayo, who
airballed it.
Yes, he did. Airballed it, almost, hit the old guy in the front, who's standing up cheering. He almost hurt his feelings. Future Peck. He almost hurt Future Peck.
I might have to become a Nets fan, guys. It's gotten that bad.
Look into my eyes. But yeah, Ayo struggling still with his 3. He was 0 of 2. Just a future performance from 3 for the Bulls, man. And yeah, it's why you're going to continue to lose games. It's why your games are going to continue to be close. And it's why you'll continue to lose. This is why. You didn't get any shooting. This is what I've been arguing. I was arguing with people on Twitter about this, telling me, who do you do? What do you do? You can't give up this guy, this guy. Yes, the hell you do. Give up this guy and that guy. Because your problem is shooting. That is your issue. You have to deal with that. Give up what you have to give up to deal with that.
Whatever you can to get Yuta Watanabe because he got 4 of 5.
4 or 5 for Watanabe.
I think Joe Harris 19 of 20 from
Joe Harris had 15 threes tonight. Joe Harris lost his damn
He legitimately
mind.
shot 6 of 7 on threes in the second
quarter alone. Yeah.
And there was a point where the Bulls were 0 of 7.
Yep. Joe Harris out 3-pointer the Bulls. Him hitting those 6, well, that's still more than the Bulls.
Wild statistic.
He still hit more threes than the Bulls did as a team. That's still more. That's
a wild
just-
statistic.
yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
One tiny bright spot. I see people in the comments talking
Tripled
about
up the Bulls on made threes.
R.I.P. TNT
Tripled
Bulls.
them up.
TNT Bulls are home Bulls on TNT.
Yes, that's
They
correct.
were in
Very,
Brooklyn
very
tonight.
specific
That did not
parameters.
count tonight.
Yes.
The TNT streak lives on.
Correct, it does.
So there's, we got some silver lining.
Yes, this is true.
Emmanuel, meanwhile, said DMT Bulls
DMT.
as opposed to TNT Bulls. I trust, man, DMT is more fun than this. God damn.
Yeah, that was, and then they came out. What
Just
they
have to
had
take your word for that one.
the word. What was it? It was 30-19. I remember.
Yep.
And Bulls looking good, looking solid,
Looking
making their
good.
moves. And then the Nets said, "Wait a minute, this is the Bulls," and completely just went in on them after that, man. And they never recovered. I believe in the last 5 minutes they had scored 3 points before those 2 threes that they hit at the end of the game. They had scored 3 points in the last 5 minutes of that game, and we've been seeing this has been the trend so far. In that fourth quarter, late in that fourth quarter, now they can't score. Before you could depend on DeMar, but it's different because DeMar you could depend on if the game's close. You know what I'm saying? Like the
DeMar
game's
can only
close.
do so much when he's
I
got
know that's
13 shots.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, sir.
Give him the ball.
Yes. You can depend on him for so much things. But I'm saying when it gets out of hand, somebody's got to hit a 3 at some point in time to bring it back down to the point where DeMar can do his thing. But yes, you're right. More shots for DeMar DeRozan, but Zach LaVine was cooking and doing his thing tonight. Zach looked good today. I thought Zach looked good. He looked better than I've seen him in a long time, just as far as his twitch, his movement, and how he was getting to the basket. I really did enjoy watching him play. I didn't enjoy watching him shoot. I didn't enjoy watching him shoot free throws, but I did enjoy watching him
What
play
is
and
his
get to the
deal with
bucket.
free throws?
I don't know. What's your deal, man?
What's your deal, man?
What's your deal
What's
with
your
the free
deal,
throws?
Patrick Williams?
know what
Why did
he's
he play
doing back
14
there.
minutes?
Yeah, why did Patrick Williams play 14 minutes?
So, yeah, I wanted to talk about that too because if you guys recall in the blowout win over the Spurs,
Yeah.
there wasn't a blowout until the fourth quarter, but
Yeah.
then they got it done. Pat's minutes in that game were real low.
Yeah.
Like significantly lower than the rest of the starters who played low 30s, right? Pat, I think, played like 20 minutes in that game.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, is that something going on with Billy's coaching and needing Pat to show him more? Or Pat still maybe being bothered by that sprained ankle that's had him on the injury report off and on for the last week or so?
That could be a thing.
But then he played, I think, 32 or 33 minutes in their loss to the Grizzlies the other day. So it's like, I feel like if they sat him and he didn't return tonight after a short stint early in the third quarter, Bulls PR would have said if it had something to do with re-aggravating that injury, right? They would have said something.
Maybe.
Has been ruled out for the rest of tonight's game with an ankle.
Mm-hmm.
We heard no such report during that game.
No.
Is that Billy saying, Pat, I'm only playing you 14 minutes tonight because you only earned 14 minutes tonight?
That's crazy if that's the case. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping it's not injury either. But again, just adds to more confusion of what's going on, in the organization today. But it doesn't make any sense to me to not play him and put him out there, especially when you needed the 3-point shooting. So I'm hoping that's what the case was his actual injury. Because if it's the case of Billy just saying, I don't feel like playing you tonight, what the hell? Like, honestly, what the hell, bro? Like, you can't take another shooter out of the game. You just can't. You can't do silly shit like that. But I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, 14 minutes, 2 points, 2 rebounds, steal in the block. And how many shots he had? 4? 4 shots? Wow. Yeah, 4 shots. Wow. But, yeah, I don't know. I have no answer for that. No.
Yeah, we might need to just wait and see. I mean, if it wasn't like an acute injury as far as like I fell over and twisted my ankle, they're probably not going to say he's not returning. So maybe it's something that they're working on with him or who knows. I saw a funny tweet. Can I share with you guys?
Oh,
Please do.
Okay. Will's humor is different, though. So let's see
From
what
Cody
this is.
Westerland.
Shout out, Cody.
Kenny Smith, quote, I know what Chicago is missing, end quote. Charles Barkley, quote, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, end quote.
It's been 84 years.
That's funny. That's a good joke.
Oh, man.
I mean, Will, you were kind of jokingly remarking while we were sitting there watching that game about how this team has not seen a championship since before Joey was born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Young Joseph.
What did you say? Like the people who missed it up now have master's degrees.
Right. The people who are old enough to have a master's degree still aren't old enough to have seen a Bulls championship.
The people who just got their first job out of college have already been promoted.
Oh, sometimes you need to laugh away the pain. Because, man, today sucked, guys.
Yeah.
And I think we all knew that there was a chance that today was going to suck coming into today. Like, I got out of bed all excited, pounded some coffee. I was like, it's deadline day, let's go.
You were charged.
Hoping that in addition to chaos around other parts of the league and other teams making exciting moves and deadline day being what NBA fans have come to expect what deadline day is, that the Bulls would get in on that.
Yeah.
And if not, at least salvage the day by beating a team that you could theoretically beat.
My question is, okay, so
None of that.
There's one more for you.
There you go. What's your over/under? Or how many more hats?
How many more?
Yeah, he's gonna toss.
How many are there?
Well, I got 3 more.
You got 3 more.
I'm
Over/under.
taking the over on
Taking
that.
over on the 3.
Yeah, Joey's been known to do a little rebounding for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2.
2.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Surprise.
It's okay that
Surprise
it's
under.
been 25 years since the Bulls chip, guys, because we got the 2022 Chicago Wolves Calder Cup.
Let's
champ.
go. Let's go, baby. Shout out to the Wolves, man.
Shout out to the Sky. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that, Sky. Really appreciate that. That was nice. Very, very nice of you to do that.
Should we talk about F it, I'm going rogue Zach tonight?
Yeah.
Took 25 shots.
Yeah.
Hit 16 of them.
I liked how he looked. Yeah.
I mean, dude was aggressive. You wonder if 38 points from Zach tonight was him being like, all this talk about the trade.
Yeah.
There were the rumors that popped up about Brooklyn and the New York Knicks today. Nothing happened. But when it got down to crunch time, Zach's name was the one that kept popping up as far as who the Bulls were reportedly shopping.
Yes.
Down to the wire, he's the one that they were reportedly shopping. Or at least having engaged talks on. Maybe not actively shopping. Maybe that's misleading to phrase it that way. But
There's actually an update from Casey Johnson's article that makes sense to share here.
Okay.
It says, LaVine's quiet Thursday changed somewhat when Chicago Sun-Times reported that the Knicks and Bulls held discussions on a deal centered around LaVine. One source downplayed those talks, calling them preliminary and indicating that they didn't happen this week. Another source insisted that they didn't take place, but indicated such a scenario is something that could be discussed during the offseason once the Bulls see how this season concludes.
That off season, man, like you were talking about.
Can I jump in here quick?
yeah, I was about
$50
to.
super chat from the Duke, our
Duke!
boy. We forget that our owner is Reinsdorf. He's only comfy at 90s prices. Since then, he's too timid to spend modern money on the team. He has no problem collecting our modern money for his profits, though. Sell the freaking teams and go away, Jerry. Yeah, you could keep the White
Is
Sox.
that Matt Penn?
How much for a gallon of milk? What?
That feels like Matt wrote that. Man, just spend $50 of your hard-earned money.
I know.
right.
I'm saving that.
Okay. All
to
right, to buy
convince
the team.
Michael to
Yes.
sell the team to me.
All right. Okay.
Justin wants us to know that there's 27 games left to prove ourselves.
And I'm down to watch.
Okay,
it.
that's what I wanted to touch on. Okay,
Okay.
so Arturis said we've got 28 games to evaluate.
Yeah.
Obviously now there's only 27.
27. Yeah.
21. But the thing that I just find fascinating about that is that it doesn't seem to – there seems to be a disconnect with the way that he's approached that concept in the past.
Okay.
He said when he took over that he was going to evaluate the core, and that was before he traded Lowry and
Yeah.
Wendell and all those guys. And
Yeah.
then at the trade deadline, he said, I've had enough of this. I've seen what it is. I'm going to make some trades.
Right. I remember.
Then you have the first half of last year. Everybody gets hurt. Second half. Obviously, two different stories record-wise.
Right.
Okay, fine. If you want to convince me that like you weren't able to evaluate, I'm not going to necessarily agree because I think you should always be looking to improve your team. But fine. Take your time to evaluate.
Sure.
The season goes until now, and the Bulls are what they are, which is 26 and 29, with clear flaws that they've had since last year. And you're argument is that like you want more time to evaluate. Like, I understand that maybe there weren't deals out there that you wanted, or the price was too high to go out and be buyers, and you weren't ready to be sellers. But like, more time to evaluate.
You think that
This
time
is the
over?
evaluation period?
Yeah, feels like the time should be over. You should know.
It feels like the time should be over. But also, like, in the past, he's been able to make those valuations
Quickly.
sooner than
Yes.
a year and a half.
I understand. I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from, man.
I don't get it.
No, nothing's to be understood. What's going on with him right now? But you mentioned Zach LaVine and his shooting. I will say he looked different to me today. How he was playing, just as far as his cuts, his mid-range shots. I haven't seen him do a lot of that, or basically none of that, pretty much all season long. Everything's been him trying to get to the bucket, and do that little move he does that never works. But he got to the free throw line also. But those moves and the way he played, I liked it until the fourth quarter, where he turned again into, prove it, Zach. I got to do it. I got to do it. And clang, and clang went to trolley. Joey's favorite song. So that's the part that was frustrating. And then when you do that, DeMar kind of disappeared. Like Will said, his lack of field goal attempts. It shouldn't be. He shouldn't have that low of a field goal attempts, man. He shouldn't be pretty much doubled up by Zach. It was cooking. I get it. You were cooking. You were doing your thing. And I'm not saying that. But there were several plays in that fourth quarter where you just saw it on Zach's face. Like, nope, mine, I'm going, forget it. And that one play in particular, Matt, where Vooch had his man, pinned down.
Sealed
Down in the paint. And Zach looked right at him and was like, nope, I'm coming
Put his head down and drove right at Vooch. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
And went to the free throw line and promptly missed a free throw when he did that and got to the line. So it's those kind of basketball decisions that continue to make you scratch your head when you sit there and watch Zach. You see the talent, you see the skill. It looks amazing. It was fun to watch, honestly, for me to watch him play. But getting to that fourth quarter and then forgetting everybody else is on the floor and trying to play hero ball when it wasn't necessary to be a hero ball at that point in time yet is what you get with Zach LaVine, man.
Oscar in the comments asked, how stressed or frustrated do you guys really get with this team? I just threw a Pat Mahomes spiral at my little brother with the Nerf football.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm sorry to your little brother, man. I'm sorry he did that, bro.
Speaking as a little brother myself, it comes with the territory. I'm sure you'll be good friends when you're older. But thank you for using a Nerf football because that hurts less than a real football.
He's speaking from experience.
Dick Durbin said he super chatted us $5 to say, feel sorry for y'all. I know y'all get paid, but I'd rather be a late night cashier at a corner on the south side than covering this team every night.
Yeah, you clearly don't hang out on the south side.
Yeah, okay. First of all, why are you coming to the south side like that?
Real talk, bro. Seriously.
And second of all, we're sitting in comfy chairs talking about sports.
Yeah.
We're pissed right now.
Yeah.
Life is good.
It's not, right, I'll be okay.
Good.
Trust us, it is not the worst gig in the world.
Trust, I'm gonna be quite all right.
Uzi for days. He says Russ or Wall or Reggie Jackson or D Rose buyout.
Which one of those four? Ooh.
D Rose not getting bought out. I don't think.
Give me Russ.
Give me Reggie Jackson.
Take Reggie.
Yeah,
I saw
He could
Reggie
shoot.
linked to
Little
another
bit.
team. I can't remember which.
Yeah.
I think I saw him linked to the Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
A little bit, but it might just been
Interesting.
through one of the DNVR guys.
Would-
Not a real link, like saying he would have been a good fit.
Right, I got you.
If you recall, I was against the idea of bringing D Rose home a couple years back.
Yeah,
I don't
Reggie
think
Jackson's sons.
I didn't think that
bringing
he
Chris
or the
Haynes.
organization were ready for it. I think it would be cool to see Derek come back and play at least a season or part of a season with the Bulls before he hangs them up for good.
Agreed.
Now, I have a different reason for not wanting that right now.
Okay.
I'm past it's not time yet for him or for the franchise and the fans because scars haven't healed. Now I don't want D Rose back in a Bulls jersey because that's going to sell tickets and put butts in seats. And I am pissed as hell at this organization right now, and I don't want them taking the easy way around to still fill butts in those seats.
Okay.
Well, I'm pissed at them. And you know that Derrick Rose coming home. Madhouse is full.
Full.
Madhouse is full. That's how much love D Rose still has in this city.
Believe it.
And rightfully so.
The chance of MVP through the stadium.
I don't want them cheating their way to those ticket sales. F that. F that.
He wants them to feel all that pain.
Damn
FYI,
right.
the ticket sales, they're doing fine with it right now. So
I know, but
They're
they
still
always
leading the
vote
league in
for him,
attendance as mediocre as they are, but
empty seats.
capacity they have fallen substantially in the standings.
A lot of empty seats these days.
That's what he's saying. Like, you could have sold it, but still nobody's showing up.
Yeah.
Still doesn't look right.
ticket sales versus attendance.
Correct. You
Gate
know what I
revenue.
mean?
Yeah,
correct.
correct.
Whole different monster, man.
Mitch, the Saints fan, says bring back the billboards.
Oh, God.
Yeah. He's
It's
not.
going to take a few more
Hey,
years.
He's not the only one.
Speaking of billboards, you know what people put on billboards
What's
when they're
that,
not
man?
calling for front office people to be fired?
What's that?
Or for owners to sell their teams?
Ads for Roman.
Ads. some of them for Roman, probably.
Segway pack.
But ads in general.
Ads.
Ads love billboards.
Ads,
and billboards love
ads,
ads.
ads,
And
ads.
we love sponsors here at CHGO. This is how we do this. It's how we get paid to sit in these comfy chairs.
That's how he gets it to get in there, man.
So let's kick things off with our DraftKings King of the Game.
Let's do that.
We were just talking about him. He went all scorched earth tonight.
Yes, he did.
Zach LaVine, King of the Game with 38 points on that 16 of 25 efficient shooting. Gonna get a little knock. He did miss 2 more free throws tonight, Dave. I know
did.
it drives you
4-6.
crazy.
It drives me insane.
Bugs me too.
No
But
graphic for him, Joe?
Again,
Do we
like-
just announce the king of the game?
He did.
yeah.
I missed it.
You have a headset on, Joe.
I was reading comments.
Better late than never.
Can I proceed? I mean, I told you guys, like, I don't even feel like awarding a King of the Game tonight
remember
because
you saying that.
this game was just so disheartening in so many ways. Today was so disheartening in so many ways.
Yeah.
Honestly,
But 38 on 15 of 26 is 38 on, or I'm sorry, 16 of 25 is 38 on 16 of 25.
25. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? That's a really, really good game from Zach LaVine. And again, a game where I felt like he looked the most comfortable I've seen him look this season. Like, he looked comfortable out there. Like, oh, man, everything feels great on me. You know what I'm saying right now? It was that kind of game for him athletically. Mentally, that fourth quarter, it was still some of the same old
everything
things.
about it was very.
Yes. But his skill level and the stuff that we saw out there, that was the Zach LaVine that I'm used to.
Another reminder, speaking of our DraftKings King of the Game, Zach LaVine, is to download that DraftKings Sportsbook app if you haven't already. Use promo code CHGO to get that amazing offer of a $5 bet to win $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Yes.
Plus, all new and existing customers can take advantage of those no-sweat same-game parlays every single day. Just log into your DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, place a same-game parlay on any NBA game, and if it doesn't hit, you get a bonus bet back. That is no-risk parlay action, y'all. So download that DraftKings Sportsbook app, and be sure to plug in promo code CHGO when you sign
Plug it in. Can I say, we got over 400 in the chat. Can we get some thumbs up in
let's
there?
get some thumbs.
Can we get that
Yeah,
popping?
we only
button
have
on
40
right there?
likes, which is like a 10th of you guys watching.
Yeah,
so
man.
that's
Come on, guys.
a little bit
Let's get some
Hit that
embarrassing.
thumbs up
better.
for us, man.
Also,
Do better.
Real quick before you run into our next ad, who is it?
Like a
Roger?
brick wall.
Roger in the comments. Just because other people aren't typing in all caps doesn't mean they aren't also upset about the Bulls right now. Take a chill pill. Give it a
take.
rest.
Yes.
Click off that caps lock button
In
and
his
continue chatting.
fairness, he was caps locking before the game even started.
That's
he was
right.
absolute
original.
doomsday.
He been on it for a long time, baby. That's how I roll like
If you
that.
yell everything, then you can put emphasis on nothing. Carry on, Dave.
All righty.
Well said.
Very well. It was said.
Good point.
Ouch.
It's all right, Matt. We can hang out because guess what? I know you got no plans.
I got no plans.
You got no plans. He's got zero plans, man. That's right. You guys should have no plans either, man. Get you some of this delicious, tasty time pale ale. Goose Island, no plans. When I went over to the market to get it today, I had the guy and I was like, wait a minute, dog, you ain't got no plans? And he looked at me like, what do you mean? And he had to go around, look, he was searching and everything. And I was like, and I told him, because I had the Blackhawks Goose Island, which is also very good. You can see it sitting right there next to the no plans. And the guy behind me was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, man. He doesn't do shit anyway. Like go ahead. No, make him work. Make him do stuff." I'm like, No. I was like, I'll just take these and leave. It's okay. It's not a big deal. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that No Plans, y'all. It is a delicious. And like I said, if you don't like that, get that Blackhawks Pale Hell. Or you get that Bull City 312, that limited release tall boy can that you see sitting over there. They also have the Bourbon County Stout, the Christmas IPA, the Beer Hug IPA series, that Green Line, and of course, the Matilda. They got it all. That Goose Island, man. They have been around since 1988, handling their business, doing that thing. So if you want to hit up Goose Island, they got 2 locations that are open and ready to welcome you and your wonderful self. Grab a beer from their innovation tanks at the Goose Island Tap Room that is at 1800 West Fulton, or get a smash burger and a fresh beer of the week. What do you think the beer of the week would be for them? I'd like to know. We should start finding that out. I got to start finding out what the
Juice
beer
Cleanse.
We were enjoying some of the Hawks beers tonight.
Yeah, man, we were tearing them down.
Juice Cleanse. Steven was telling us about Juice Cleanse at Goose Island.
That's the beer of the week there?
I don't know if it was beer of the week, but it's one that he likes, so it's my beer of the week.
Okay. Shout out Steven, man. He's got good taste. But you can check out the Clybourne Brew House, y'all, at 1800 North Clybourne. And for reservations and pickup, go to gooseisland.com/locations, because it's the Goose Island Beer Company, the real taste of Chicago. Ooh,
Hey, Will.
it's off the top of the brain, man. Come on.
Dig it.
Rob Z wanted me to address your passive-aggressive seating position. Some of the
Just
fans,
looking at Twitter.
some of the fans feel that you are, maybe trying to send some clutch signals to Dave and Matt, a la
okay.
Zach LaVine.
You mean because he's kind of like
he's kind of turning away,
away.
he's
I
facing
I got
him.
nothing but love.
Don't change how you sit,
No,
man.
I want to make it clear.
Will's going to Jake's office tomorrow and demanding a trade. I heard.
This is a willing
my
turn
goodness.
You look
directly
very,
towards
very
you.
comfortable, though.
I was comfortable.
They
I'm
messed up your whole
But I'm
comfort.
still comfortable.
But you had the phone on the leg. You were doing your thing.
I was doing my thing. But
That's
it's just
with
during
his
the
comfort,
ad reads
guys.
there.
Hold
mess with
on.
that man's
We
comfort.
can continue this spat later. We
Sure.
have another mega super chat from our guy, the Duke. Shout out
Duke.
to the Duke
Duke,
for these mega
Duke,
chats
Duke,
tonight.
Duke,
Guys, this is part of the plan. We need to evaluate the roster to determine how we need to rebuild. Then we can rebuilding the rebuild of the rebuild when we started rebuilding.
Yes.
This team makes me need Roman. Hashtag flaccid.
That is one way to get us to read that.
I appreciate
Oh my
that the
God.
Duke gave us $20 to make us read that.
Yes, thank you.
It was great. Going back to our discussion
Worth
of
every penny.
Pat and why he played so few minutes tonight. Couple of tweets here from Casey Johnson of NBC Sports Chicago. Billy Donovan said Patrick Williams was healthy.
Oh, Lord.
Second tweet, Donovan said it wasn't anything Williams did wrong to not play the last 20 minutes. Just that he didn't like the way the starting 5 started the second half and wanted to get the Caruso-White combo in there quickly, and then liked the way that group closed the third.
Oh, Lord.
So basically, he didn't like what he saw when Pat was on the floor, and then did like what he saw when everybody else was on the floor, other than Pat.
It's okay, but you know what, though? Pat is an integral part of the rebuild of the rebuild, so it's going to
14
be
minutes, bro.
fine.
Hashtag flaccid.
14 minutes. That's insane. That's insane.
Oh, my God.
Let me take the shooting off the floor and then throw the shooting. Oh, good God. Good God, man. No, I ain't with that at all. Not at all. Sorry. Not with it. Can't be with that, man. That's no, absolutely not. No.
Not enough no plans in the world right now.
Not enough no plans in the world. But we can try. We can definitely try on that one, man. Oh, man. But, again, I wanted to talk about Vooch again because, again, Vooch is out here, doing what Vooch does.
Right.
15 points, 17 rebounds.
18 double-doubles in his last 20 games now.
Insane, man. 7 of 15 shooting. Like I mentioned, the 3-point shooting, the 1 of 6. But, again, I don't put that on him at all. But, again, he's the anchor. Like, he's the one. He's the one that continues to push the Bulls forward. He's the one they look for, especially when they're coming out of a timeout. He's the first one they're looking for. That's the play Billy draws up all the time. It's for Vooch to get the ball and go do something wonderful with it. I don't know if I'm saying he needs more touches, well, actually I am. Yes, he needs more touches. He needs to touch the ball more. And not so much as far as scoring is concerned, but I just need him facilitating more. And I know I sound like a broken record saying these things, but nobody's hearing the song. So I have to keep saying it over and over again, man. He needs to get the ball because I want to see him facilitating more for this team right here, man. And it's frustrating to not see him get those opportunities. And, still even within that frustration, still him not getting the ball, still him sealing his man down in the post and not getting looked at, he's still putting up these kind of numbers. So when I think about it, I'm like, well, 15 and 17 in my head could easily be 22 and 20. At least that's how I think of it when you're going like this, when Claxton is out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my God, Claxton wasn't even here. He wasn't even playing. When Claxton is out and doing these things, it's just like, man, dude, I want him to have and touch the ball as many times as he possibly can because good things happen when you give him the basketball.
And to add to that, because you're absolutely right, 1 assist. He has been up around 4.5, 5 for the past 20 games.
Yeah.
And that's a large part of the reason why the Bulls' offense looked a lot better at times.
Correct.
6 threes out of 15 shots. Like, that's how Vooch was used last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not good enough.
No, not at all. You're seeing what you're seeing. You're going to struggle. I mean, I appreciate DeRozan with the 6 assists, but it's not coming from him. It has to come from Vooch, man, because he's the one that finds the guys in rhythm. There's a difference between giving somebody a pass. There's a difference between giving them a pass and giving them a pass in rhythm.
15 assists on 42 made shots. That's a lot of ISO ball.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, I saw somebody pointing out DeMar's plus-minus tonight, minus 23, which was a team worst. Meanwhile, Vooch was a minus 3 because Vooch was on the floor with some of those Kobe Caruso combos when the Bulls were playing well.
Yeah.
And, building a lead or coming back and retaking a lead.
Yeah.
Tough night for DeMar, even with those 6 assists.
Yeah, it was. 5 for 13 shooting. The shot just wasn't falling for him.
Yeah.
And he didn't get as many opportunities as, he's used to getting, especially in that fourth quarter.
Chill Dude in the comments asking, how do you lose to a team without KD and Kyrie?
I don't know. We just saw it.
How do you lose to the Wizards twice? How do you lose to the Spurs? How do you lose to the Rockets? How do you lose to the Magic?
Pacers.
Need I keep going? I'd rather not.
Hornets?
Rather not.
That was a
Hornets.
rough one.
Yes.
Ugh.
That's another one.
Does this one enter the pantheon of bad losses for you guys?
Somebody in the comments,
I think
while we were waiting and before we went live, said
worst loss of the season, number 52.
52.
We do only have 29 losses. Some of them maybe felt like double losses.
At
to
least
borrow an old familiar
What are
phrase.
you doing to me? Yeah, what are you doing?
At least 10
Didn't
of
want to
those.
double lose tonight.
Where's my neuralizer?
I'll see y'all bright and early for a double-length practice tomorrow.
Where's my neuralizer?
No double losing.
There it is. Oh, my God. Where? How dare you, sir? That fool.
I mean, to go into a game against the Nets, who just traded KD and Kyrie, who haven't yet acquired the players that they got in those trades, right after you don't make any moves at the deadline, in large part due to the fact that the Nets traded away 2 elite superstars to the Western Conference, and you lose that game.
And you lose it.
And,
Handily.
And you sit there on the podium and say that your 3-point attempts are high percentage, or you're hitting your threes at a high rate and you just need to take more of them. And you come in and you start 0 for 11 and you lose that. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's talking to you like you're not watching. Look at William saying, we can see you. Like we watching this too.
Yeah.
We see it, bro. Like we cover this. We look at it. We see it, bro. Like we see what the issues is and what the problems are. And so, like you said, to sit there and come out and say something like that, like, we haven't been watching it and we haven't been seeing it. We don't know what the issue is.
It's like a bad joke that somebody wrote.
It's a bad joke. That rhymed, by the way.
For evilness.
For a bad joke somebody wrote for evilness.
For evil purposes.
So, like the new version of the Joker, that Joker movie with what's-his-face where he starts
Joaquin
out as
Phoenix.
a stand-up comic. There
Yes.
you go. Yeah.
Yes.
And then turns into a psycho killer.
Yes, he did.
Joseph, do we have some more super chats that we need to get to?
Yeah, we have a couple. I actually want to throw this up. We actually have a Woj bomb. It comes in after the deadline, so the timing of it is
Post-deadline Woj bomb.
Oh, Jesus.
Sources telling me that esteemed Bulls podcaster Will the Goat Gottlieb has grown frustrated with his role on the CHGO Bulls show. Those close to the company say Gottlieb's relationship with co-stars Peck and McDave are strained beyond repair.
The relationship has sailed.
That
might be some
tweet has been
truth.
seen by 2.6 million people.
Sounds about right.
Did ChatGPT generate that?
No. What do you mean? Woj has sources.
He knows people, man.
It's Rob Z called it out first about your body language.
I'm with
But let's
you,
get into
Gottlieb.
the super chats.
I like how I came in at 4:03 p.m.
Jep Rock said their relationship has sailed.
Parra Jr.
Sailed.
Sailed. What do you use the word sailed for? Bye, relationship. Bon voyage, relationship. Have fun on your boat.
Let me just clarify to everybody that was a joke and it was not real. So Gottlieb is not. That is
Yeah,
not
to
how he
clarify
feels.
that Adrian Wojnarowski isn't talking
I don't think
about
anyone needed clarifying.
Oh, some
Woj
people
is not
said the
tweeting about
goat, going diva ? I just want to make sure that
They
I'm
do.
not,
On Hollywood as hell.
trying not to besmirch.
Oh, yes. That's the graphic you need is the Hollywood as hell one.
That would be a good one.
Yeah,
Well, you're
man.
kind of Hollywood.
Yeah, a little Hollywood as hell for that. I like that.
Is that why
Parra
you missed
Jr.'s-
Is that why you missed the King of the Game? You were working on that.
No, I didn't miss the King of the Game. I was just reading the comments. I'm in touch with the community.
I mean,
but not
Parra
with us.
Jr. Sports.
With the community.
Right, but not with us. So.
Billy had to teach Pat how to eat before games. Remember the chicken parm thing? Maybe he is just too big of a project. Doesn't seem like things are coming together. I'm not there yet.
I ain't there at all. You still have to play him.
I mean, yeah, things are not coming together as fast as you hope, but I'm not like reaching for straws about him eating chicken parms before the game.
it's true. And I mean, he's not the first example of a young player entering the NBA needing to be taught better eating / nutrition /
Habits.
workout habits
Yeah. Sure.
once you reach the NBA level.
Sure.
Because a lot of those kids playing at the collegiate level are just freak
chicken
athletes who
parm.
can eat what they want and still go out there and ball and be the best player on the floor because of their naturally given abilities.
We've seen that many times. Like guys are like that. And then they learn later on down the line how to eat, and take better care of their bodies. Only rare ones come in like that, like LeBron. LeBron came in, you know what I'm saying? What the hell is a chicken parm? He's not eating that shit.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, Skittles machine in his house. You know what I mean? Like this.
That's a great example. of
Yeah,
one.
man. In his house, bro. like he was getting it in.
He had
so,
a candy machine put into the Birdo Center.
Come on, man.
Still got it.
Still got it.
AK said $10. Like it or not, this is the team we have to roll with. Team seems discombobulated.
Nice
Mentally, must have been tough with the constant trade talk. Bulls are perhaps everyone's punching bag.
Y'all right now. I'm sure it must have been tough with the trade, all that stuff, but you still lost to the team you lost to. You know what I mean? Like, forget the talks. They dealt with action. You know what I mean? Like, trades actually happened to them. So forget the talking. They had to deal with it actually being a reality and still put it together to come out there and play and win and beat you. So, no, I can't hear that one right there, man.
I mean, you hear this from everyone in the NBA. You just go out there and do your job. That's your job, is to
Do
win basketball
your
games.
job.
No matter what the circumstances are, you are going out there to try to win basketball games.
Yeah. You're a professional.
You got to be a professional.
That's what it is, man.
$5
Even when
super
you hate
chat
your coworkers.
Come on. We'll go Gottlieb.
Dat boy.
from Dat Boy.
Shout out.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
It's just $5.
Just a
Thank you,
$5
Dat
super
Boy.
chat.
Shout out.
Let's see.
Anyone.
We've
What
got
happened to that
Austin
boy?
says they need to build around Zach, Pat, and Vooch. Well, don't worry because AK was very clear that it's the plan.
Yeah. Said that they plan on and hope to extend Vooch.
Yes.
Maybe even getting a new contract for him before he becomes a free agent.
I mean, clearly, like, if the trade didn't get made, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's the option that
And-
you have. Kobe White is the only other question mark, I think, as far as are they going to sign and keep him, or is it a sign and trade, or what?
Yeah. I am curious if they got any calls about DeMar today and how many and how
Yeah.
serious any of those talks got.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
you know, Zach has, 5 years of youth on DeMar,
he does.
give or take. I'm sure that there were some teams out there willing to give up a decent package for DeMar DeRozan.
I think so too.
Today.
Man. The man's a 2-time All-Star here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
He's also making significantly less money. It's easier to make that trade, and he's better.
He's better. He's better. You can make it. Like Will said, it's going to be a very interesting offseason for the Chicago Bulls. Very, very interesting, man.
And we have a super chat that will address that in a second. But John Davis says, continuity equals continuing to be garbage from the three-point line. AK out of his mind trying to push that bullshit. Yeah.
He tried to say today, I think you mentioned it, Will, that, we're low volume, but sometimes we're efficient.
We want to be higher volume, but at least we're shooting it efficiently.
5 of 20.
And in the loss to Memphis, you were 5 of 20, right? Or something around there. Like, they were bad.
It honestly was like a FU from the Bulls roster to AK. I mean, it was just like... It was dark comedy.
You think that we're good with what we've got? Watch us toss up these bricks.
Watch us play the exact opposite way that you want us to play.
They were 7 of 35.
From 3?
Against Memphis.
Yeah,
They were 7 of
Speaking of which,
35.
McBaconator had the $5 super chat. He says, which one of those 5 threes was your favorite?
What part of the Bulls lead was your favorite? Oh, my God.
Just bad, man. I just know how you can look at that and not do anything. I will stand on that right there. How you just look at that,
John
read these
again.
numbers of three-point shooting and say, nah, it's just low volume. Sometimes we're like, how do you look at that and do nothing? You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it, bro.
Those 2 Portland seconds in 2028, though. Those are going to hit.
Hit hard. But you got to do something, man.
John says, and this plays into it, he says, we really played Pat 14 minutes, and he's the best three-point shooter on the team and one of the best defenders. He did nothing wrong, so I benched him.
Billy said he didn't like the way that the starting 5 unit started the second half. So he did give a reason. Yeah, you could choose not to like that reason. Also, it's fair to question, and so that just means you just don't play Pat for the rest of the game?
That's what I was about to say.
When the other starters come back in and get another
Exactly
chance?
what I was about to say, man. So he doesn't get out there at all? You know what I mean? From the third quarter to the end of the game?
When your guys are tossing up bricks.
Brick Union layers, baby.
Pat's the only person on this team shooting above
Congrats.
40% this season.
Come on, man. Like, no, that's
Yikes.
terrible. Sorry.
We got to take another quick break here. When we come back, we'll get to any remaining super chats we have and wrap up. Maybe take a quick look ahead to the Cavs matchup on Saturday.
Oh, Lord.
Woof. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
If you are the praying type, get cracking.
Oh. Thrillinium. What time is it?
Game time.
Ooh, that was smooth.
Subtle.
Nice. Subtle. Yeah, I dug that.
Understated.
Yes. Game time, the hottest new ticket in sight that makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. Ever dreamed of sitting in that seat you thought never could have fit the yard line course, have a hand on play full of seats at a concert? It's all possible with the Game Time app. Exercise the demons. This house is clear. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought that you could never, ever buy. You won't find better deals this season to go see the Chicago Bulls. And just like here at CHGO, it's created. He caught that. This game at CHGO is created by the fans and for the fans, and it guarantees you, your wonderful self out there, the lowest price possible. So, if you love CHGO,
And we know that you do.
And we know you do. He took it from me.
You were not ready.
That is bullshit. I was about to unmute the mic.
There was a pause. I was looking at you, and I was like, oh, he's got no clue.
Yeah, he's not ready. Then you'll love Game Time. The best way to support us is buying your tickets through the link in that description and also hitting that thumbs up button, y'all, if y'all enjoying what we're doing out here for you. Keep hitting that thumbs up button for us. We really
We need more of them.
that.
We need more likes,
guys.
More likes.
More likes for the love. Join over 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to all your favorite events. Because Joey Smathis, what time is it?
Game time. Who?
And we know that you do.
8. Oh my goodness.
He's been congratulations. Yep.
Chicago Bulls.
It fits, right?
Let me guess, white devil. You speak what you do?
Oh man.
I was unaware that the Brooklyn Nets were biters. Oh my God. I'm losing it. I am losing it. Joey, do we have any super chats?
Oh, is that it for the ads?
Yeah, that was it. Joe.
Okay,
That's
hold
it,
on.
Joe.
Hold on.
You still working on things?
No.
Still doing stuff. Fair.
Joey does
we're
not
good.
know what time it is.
Joey's like, hey,
You
man.
guys are not.
Listen, Joey's been here all day. Joe, have you been here longer than us? Has Joey been here longer than us?
Well, I left for a little in
I
between.
got here first today.
You got here first. Congratulations. Joey.
You were here before me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I was here at
I was here before you.
Yeah, you were here before me.
The goal was here before you too. But it's still been a long day for you.
It's been a long day for all of us.
Man.
It's been a long day for all Bulls fans out there.
This is true, man.
The good news is it's
Well,
almost over.
I'm not going to be embarrassed that I thought there was another ad read because there's usually
No, there's nothing to be embarrassed
you're good.
about. No,
you're
you're
good.
fine.
You're good on
But
that.
okay, so I did want to save this super chat. I think it's a good one here for the last segment because, just some macro Bulls talk, bigger picture stuff.
Yeah.
T.O. Ray 45 says, would you guys re-sign Vooch? Why?
Well, at this point, your two options are re-sign him or sign and trade him. You have to do one of those things, right? Letting him walk?
Not going to be an option.
I mean, it is an option. I don't think it's a good
Well, it's
option.
a dumb option.
Yeah.
I guess theoretically they have that option in front of them. Thanks, Vooch. See you later. Good luck as a free agent.
Yeah.
We're not going to sign you.
I would not be surprised if by the end of the All-Star break, the Bulls have extended Vooch. My guess is that the Bulls went into this season wanting to retain some flexibility about roster construction and the ability to trade Vooch or move on from him in some capacity. So they didn't want to lock him into anything. Now that the trade deadline is passed, they basically are in a position where they are kind of over a barrel, and they need to re-sign Vooch so that you don't lose him for nothing. So you can either extend him or wait till the summer, past the extension deadline, but then try to re-sign him as a free agent. That's very tricky because then you run the risk of another team going out and getting him. You could do a sign-and trade, but that really only works for teams who are over the cap, and teams that are over the cap may or may not be interested in Vooch, but what are they going to do that helps the Bulls enough for them to play ball? That's kind of the position that the Spurs were in when they traded DeMar to the Bulls. It's a tricky spot to be in. I think the safe bet is that they come to an extension agreement. Arturis said he wants, during the press conference before the game, that he wants to re-sign Vooch, and Vooch said that he'd like to be back in a story from Casey Johnson. So I would imagine that gets done sooner than later.
Yeah, I agree too. It's gonna happen. I just really feel like the mutual interest on both sides.
You don't give up 2 first-round picks and Wendell Carter to
And then to let him walk.
lose a
Right.
guy 2
Correct.
seasons later.
James in the
Correct.
comments asking, is it dumber letting Vooch walk, that is, than overpaying him? I don't think you're going to overpay Vooch.
I don't
If it's what he's making now or less than, which I think is very likely to be one of those things. You're not paying him more than this current contract.
Yeah.
He's an aging center
Yeah.
who is quasi-star level good, but not you're giving him a supermax kind of good.
Correct.
And
The idea is,
I mean,
you
I
wanna-
don't know about you guys. Just real quick, I want to say this: the money that Vooch is making right now this season, he is performing to that money.
That's true.
yeah.
He is worth that. His production is worth what he's making now.
Fair.
In the NBA salary cap wise,
Yeah.
I do not think Vooch is overpaid.
I agree with you. Go ahead, Will.
Don't remember what I was going to say.
Coming in hot.
Speaking of guys in this core, Lonzo is still considered part of that core,
He is.
theoretically, if healthy. Where did he go? Vincent said, trade Lonzo if he's just going to use bands rather than real weights. You're talking about his rehab workout
Sounds
routine,
like it.
I guess?
Sounds like it.
Okay. The trade Lonzo camp of Bulls Nation cracks me up.
Okay.
You want to know why?
I do, actually.
Who are you trading him for? A player who has had 3 surgeries in the last year, as opposed to 2. Where are you getting trade value from Lonzo Ball right now?
Is Brandon Roy available?
Is who?
Brandon Roy?
Oh, man.
How about Greg Oden? Can we trade Lonzo for Greg Oden?
Oh. Yeah, it's not happening. That trade isn't going down either.
Trade Lonzo for Michael Olakandi?
But I think that's a good point you made about Vooch, because that is AK's first big move. You know what I'm saying? Was Vooch. So you're not going to let your first big move, who still has something in the tank, just walk out of here and leave. You know what I mean? Because then again, that's meaning another failure. You know what I'm saying, for yourself also right there. He played well, but we couldn't re-sign him and make him stay, even though we traded for him. No, you're going to want to bring him back in at least probably 2 years, you think, Will? About a 2-year deal?
Yeah, that's kind of, I remembered what I was going to say, and that was the question is, what do you feel comfortable extending him to? And I think the idea, as we've talked about with trades, is you want to get value. And you're not trying to shortchange Vooch, but understanding the market, understanding his place in, what matters in the NBA in terms of positions and how teams play. You can't overpay this guy. He's 32. He's going to be 33 next year. Obviously a very, very good player, but you have to maintain some flexibility where if you do want to trade him or a team does blow you away with an offer, you want to be able to move him. So I think probably 2 years between, ideally around 15, but probably up to $20 million is what it'll be. Anything more than that, you're looking at him making more than what he's making now, which I think is a little bit too much. But the other thing is, Arturas during that press conference said, without explicitly stating it, he kind of indicated that he feels comfortable enough with the value that the Bulls players have that he'll be able to flip them for something else this summer, and that was part of the reason why he didn't want to do anything at the deadline. And I think Vooch is going to be part of that as long as you sign him to a reasonable deal. So for me, I agree with you, Matt. Letting him walk for nothing is off the table. It was either trade him or find a way to extend him. I wouldn't even mess around with free agency. You come to an extension, and then hopefully it's reasonable enough that you can trade him down the line if you need to.
Okay. You think that would happen before the draft, after draft?
The extension deadline, I think, is June 30th, which means they can take it through the rest of this league year before free agency.
Right.
I think it's going to get done sooner because I think the only reason they didn't do it already is because of the flexibility that, hey, another team might want a big expiring deal. Maybe we can flip him and get something else back.
A usable contract.
But they're not going to do that now because the deadline is passed. So now it makes more sense to lock him up.
Yes, sir.
All right. Real quick, last couple minutes before we get out of here, guys. Looking ahead, Bulls off tomorrow, back in action Saturday against the Cavs, who at 35-22 currently hold the 4th seed in the East. They have won 4 straight and 7 of their last 10. That's a doozy. I mean, yikes.
You know what happened. You know what I mean? You know what happened. You know what went down. You know how good they are. You know what I mean? And you know what you're going to be facing. You know what you're going up against, and you're reeling at the same time.
Whooped our ass.
I mean, foot betwixt.
In the first game of the season.
Yeah.
And then 2 brutal losses. Bulls lose by 1 when they play them on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And then they had that ridiculous game where they coughed up that huge lead and ended up getting blown out in overtime.
Yes.
I mean, painful stuff.
Beatings.
71.
Beatings. Yes.
I had one more
71.
thing here.
Come on with it.
From AK. We'll start with Dave because it's directed at Dave, probably because you are the ultimate optimist.
Yes.
He says, earlier in the season, and I think last year, your mantra was, in AK, we trust.
I think it was actually just let them cook.
Yeah, I was never said that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let them cook.
Let them cook. Let AK cook. What is your opinion now? Just, I think, because obviously they lost today, but the bigger story is the trade deadline.
A pot full of nothing.
Yeah. Has he stirred?
Like the feast scene from Hook.
Yeah, and we've already
a bunch of empty bowls and plates.
And we've already gotten into all of this. Really,
I got a wooden spoon,
and we don't need to rehash everything. But I just think quickly, you guys can all.
I got you.
1, 2, 3. What you guys think? Where are we at?
I'm not happy with him right now. I'm still rolling with him. To be real with you, yeah, I'm still rolling with him, but I'm not happy with what I'm seeing because it doesn't make logical sense. I said that 1,000 times when I would talk about letting him cook and why he had all my faith. It's because things made logical sense to me. What and why he was doing it, even when it didn't work. I understood the reasoning for even trying it, so that made sense. This made no sense to me. Zero sense to me. And so that's why you're going to get my frustration and everything today. Am I still rolling with him? Yeah, I am. I'm still rolling with him. But I ain't happy. No, not happy at all with him right now. At all. Not any stretch of the imagination.
Saddle. 0, 0, 0, 0. You said that with the same inflection.
Saddle.
I don't want to settle. Bulls fans don't want to settle. Don't want to settle for mediocrity. Neither does Arturis, apparently.
He's at 5 rings, 6, whatever.
Big Dave, in response
Driven
to you
down the
saying,
standings by another team.
Big Dave says, let him cook. Rich says he's making barbecue chicken oatmeal and saying it's good.
Barbecue chicken oatmeal.
They're saying he's botching whatever he's in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
I can't say that I've ever had those two foods
Yeah,
together
yeah.
before.
Honestly, I can't say if
guessing
that's
that
good or
was-
not.
Big
to be
Dave,
real with
you said let him cook. Monster Atomic Mutant Lakefish
That's just
says,
fish.
well, one of the main dishes just dropped on the floor.
Hey, man,
Spice.
depending on where you are, 5-second rule. I don't know about y'all
I like
if you've
that.
worked in the kitchen.
I like that.
I took pride in keeping my kitchen area clean when I
Yeah.
was a line cook back in the
I
day.
definitely worked in the kitchen. He's right. Absolutely right.
Drop that, you can eat off it.
I'm not serving it out to the people.
Right.
But yeah, you
I'll
can eat
eat
off it. He'll eat that. You pick it up, you put it to the side. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, there goes something for me a little bit later.
I was making myself a ham sandwich to bring to the office at my at home today, and dropped a little piece of ham on the floor. Happens. Picked it up. It's like
5 seconds.
Just, popped right in my mouth.
Toss that.
That's a little ham snack while I'm making my ham sandwich.
A ham snack.
Ham snack.
Meat sticks.
Meat stick. That's his own meat stick.
Oh my goodness. Ben Dean. Shout out to our guy Ben Dean, who said AK drinking too many of those beers on the table. Maybe.
I will say, like, we got to get our jokes in, and I think we have.
Sure.
There is, and we kind of talked about it before we started recording this. I'm glad they didn't do anything dumb for the sake of doing something.
Yes.
I think that is a
I'm with that.
really important thing to avoid.
Today could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
That's true. It could have been.
If
Wow,
they
what a high
still
bar.
was bad.
If
right,
they-
I was like, still pretty goddamn bad.
if they
But
traded
Arturis basically got up there and said, we didn't think any of the moves that were available to us to make were prudent.
right.
And you kind of just got to take his word for it.
Right.
Whether you agree or not, whether you think this team has flaws or not, and they do, you got to roll with that because you have to understand you don't know all the answers. You don't have all the information. And
Sway.
That's how sway. And that just is what it is. So,
Yeah.
yes, they probably should have made a move. Who knows what moves are out there, but they felt like it didn't make them better and that it would have been an overpay or whatever it is. But there was, in their mind, good reason not to.
And obviously he has a value of this team and these players that is very high. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He values them very
In
highly.
terms of trading away those pieces.
Correct. So he's seeing, and like you said, looking at something totally different than what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at.
At the same time, the disconnect for the fans is, well, that's all well and good, but we watch this team every night and we see what the problems are.
I do.
So I understand it, but I also think, the one thing you can do that's worse than making a bad trade is make the worst trade afterwards to try to dig yourself out of it. And they didn't do
Yeah.
that.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
2 wrongs won't make it right.
Bulls didn't make any wrongs or rights today. They made a whole lot of nothing today.
No, they did
Well, I guess they
lose.
did make a wrong.
They did lose a
They
game.
lost.
Still lost.
That's a wrong.
That's a wrong.
They committed one wrong today.
5 of 26.
Bulls fans, yeah, we know that today was tough.
Stop, though, and hit the like button. We got 390 people,
Hey!
basically 400 people. We've
Basic.
only got 125 likes. You guys all take your index finger, scroll on your trackpad. It's going to take you maybe 5 seconds maximum.
Not even.
Matt will drink
Not
a
even.
shot
Then
of
you
Malort.
click it.
Boom,
500
done.
Boom.
likes.
Click it.
By 10 p.m.
126. There we go. Let's get those numbers up.
You get the 500
numbers up.
likes in 4 minutes. Will take a shot of Malort.
Hey, man, we're not sitting around for another 4 minutes. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm ready to go home.
He's right.
This is a long day.
It's a long
It's
day.
a tough day.
Jay Mandy says, I still can't believe the Gobert trade. Hey, at least we're not Minnesota right now.
And that's the thing.
Without
The
5
trade market
picks.
has gotten so warped.
Exactly. I was
That,
going to say
like,
the same thing. They
if
changes so quickly, the value of some guys.
But also, like, the Bulls can't trade. They can't be the team that trades their star for less. They can't be the team that got 75 cents on the dollar when Gobert got $1.50. And that's what I'm talking about. They didn't make a bad move that put them in a worse position.
But just being in the same one, though, that they're in.
You get you get incrementally worse the more you sit on your hands and the more everybody else gets better.
Yeah.
But you didn't do anything horribly dumb.
Okay.
I think that's
Small victories.
It's the little things,
No, you know what?
guys.
I can't even jokingly tell myself that today. I fully came in today expecting the Bulls to do nothing, and that's what they did.
They gave you
And
what you wanted.
Still, it doesn't mean we can't be disappointed. Even if this is what we expected, it doesn't mean we can't be disappointed. Because I'm disappointed as hell today. Because this sucks.
I agree.
This freaking sucks.
I'm disappointed.
Oh, this team. All right, let's go home. Everybody enjoy
still
the
love you,
start
Bulls.
to your weekend. Off tomorrow. We will be back Saturday. No pregame. We will be here, however, for postgame Saturday night following Bulls Cavs.
Yes.
Hopefully we're feeling better by then.
I will feeling better. I'll be fine.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'll be good.
One more time, like our pal Joey said, hit that thumbs up button before you head out of here. We really appreciate it. Helps us out a ton.
Yes.
Also, we are so close to that 25K subscription level
Right there,
on
y'all.
YouTube.
Right there.
24.8. We're
Yes.
so close. Make sure you subscribe to CHGO Sports if you aren't already, so you get alerts anytime we go live. Get all the other amazing coverage across our CHGO family. Dude, CHGO Bears down at Super Bowl Radio Row.
Doing work.
Had a day today.
Doing work.
They talked to Jim McMahon. They
Wow.
talked to Urlacher.
Wow.
They talked to Adam Vinatieri.
Wow.
They talked to
Frank Caliendo.
Caliendo.
Wow.
Man,
Dean Blandino.
they had a day,
They
man.
had a day.
Check out all that amazing CHGO Bears coverage right here on the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Until Saturday, for Joey Spathis, producer extraordinaire.
Joey 1K.
Will the
21
Goat.
Joey.
Will _Gottlieb. Big Dave Bow.
Patty Spatty.
BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls _Peck. We are CHGO _Bulls. Appreciate y'all, Bulls Nation. Love y'all, Bulls Nation. Thanks for tuning in 3 times today.
Trace.
Let's all go get some sleep. Come back and try again Saturday. Peace and love. See you, Red. Be good.
Peace.